Many times when you're coming into real estate and you're learning the business, you're understanding that, hey, I am now an entrepreneur. One of the skills that you're going to have to develop in order to make your business the most successful is self-discipline. Because when you come from a job, the assignment of the work, the schedule, and the structure are pretty much all done for you, and you just have to follow suit. But now as an entrepreneur, without self-discipline, your business will not grow. Let's talk about it. What's good, y'all? My name is Sean Slaughter, real estate agent and investor, and my mission is to help new real estate agents level up within the first few years of their real estate careers. We are walking this out together. Jim Rohn said, affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. You can have all the positive thoughts, and I'm a very positive guy. I call myself eternally positive. But all your affirmations and all your positive thoughts and all your positive thinking without discipline will leave a gap between your goal and your accomplishments. You cannot accomplish anything until you begin to work on disciplining yourself every single day to little by little take chops at that tree. Take chops at that tree until that thing begins to fall. So today, I want to give you some thoughts on self-discipline, particularly from a fantastic book that I've read by Dennis Kimbro called Think and Grow Rich, The Black Choice. Let's do it. Number one, self-discipline channels your enthusiasm in the right direction. So you come into real estate or you start a new business, and really we're excited because of the things that we can get because of the business that we're in. As an entrepreneur, as a real estate agent, you already know you're gonna make way more money as an entrepreneur because of the tax breaks that are in your favor than you would as a W-2 or working for somebody else. Then after a while, you begin working, and when you don't see results, your enthusiasm begins to wane. When your enthusiasm begins to wane, self-discipline is gonna be that thing that channels it in the right direction. You ever been to the gym and you start getting tired, or you go to the gym tired because you didn't sleep well? And then you begin lifting weights and kind of going through the routine. Here's the reality. Your self-discipline of getting up, having a routine, and accomplishing that routine will actually turn that enthusiasm back on. You get on that bench and you start lifting, and you know, hey, I do 5 sets of this many reps, and I need to complete this many reps in order to complete my workout. Then I do this and this and this and that. What self-discipline does is that it keeps you engaged in those tasks, whether you feel like doing it or not. Because enthusiasm and motivation don't come before the activity, they come after the activity. So in a slow market, things are not moving the way you want to move. You begin to get confused on what should I do? How do I turn things up? Yes, those are things you should be thinking. What should I be doing differently? But additionally, in the meantime, while you're figuring those things out, you've created a schedule. You've created things that you do every single Monday through Friday or Saturday and Sunday, whatever your work schedule is. And you need to be self-disciplined to do those things. Some of those things may be changing depending on the market or what's happening, but you know that you have a schedule. And regardless of how you feel, stick to that schedule. And I'm telling you, the activity will produce the enthusiasm and the motivation. Number two, high achievers, high producers go the extra mile. And if need be, another one. Ed Mylett, who is an entrepreneur that just bought an island, has a book called The Power of One More. And he talks about how self-confidence comes from keeping the promises that you make to yourself. Have you ever made a promise to yourself like, this Saturday, because I've been eating bad the whole week, I'm not gonna eat any cookies? And then on Saturday, you eat cookies, right? And you feel bad, you feel guilty, you feel ashamed. Why? Because you made a promise to yourself that you didn't keep. Well, The Power of One More says this: Not only do you keep your promise, do one more. You said you were gonna do 10 reps, do one more. You said you're gonna make 10 sales calls, do one more. And what it actually does is that it actually builds confidence. Remember, entrepreneurs, real estate agents, you don't necessarily have a schedule. The schedule is the thing that you create. So you feel like I can get up in the morning and do whatever I want to do, or it's a Saturday, I can just kind of hang out, and you can, if that's within your schedule. But high achievers and high producers create a schedule that they follow. And by following that schedule, you actually build more confidence, even in times where things are not moving the way that they want to do. So go the extra mile, and if need be, go another one. Number 3, everyone wants their problem solved. Of course we do. But very few people are looking to first dive into a problem before asking for help. When I first started doing real estate, I got my license, and as many of you guys know, when you first get your license and you start doing real estate, you realize, wow, a lot of the things that I were taught, I don't even use, right? I'm not measuring meets and bounds when it comes to like property lines and things like that. And so how do I get my training? And here's one of the things that I learned as I was looking for different brokerages, and a couple of new real estate agents said, the most important thing for them was not the training that their brokerage offered. It was a mentor, having a mentor. Why? Because they were going to dive head first into real estate. And then they were going to have a mentor to call to walk them through. This is hands-on training. This is the difference between picking up a book and reading about how to operate a forklift, right? You're gonna go on a construction site and you need to learn how to operate a forklift. You pick up a book and you read how to operate a forklift. Then you get to the site and everything that you've read goes out the window. You know how to make that knowledge stick? Go to the job site, find somebody who is a master at operating the forklift and have them walk you through the forklift. They'll say, hey, get in the forklift. What? I've never operated one. It's all good. We're parked out of the whole construction area. There's nobody around here. Hop in the forklift. All right, turn the key on. All right, push this lever. Tap that. It's just like driving. You know, we're teaching our daughter how to drive, and the only way to teach her how to drive is for her to get in the car and drive. We may start in the parking lot, but she's getting that experience. So in the same way, having a mentor allows you to dive head first into problems, dive head first into real estate. And why do I say dive head first into problems? There's a book called The Art of Not Giving a F. And one of the beautiful ideas that I got from that book is that if you want to feel better about what life is bringing you, choose your problems versus your problems choosing you. See, many of y'all got into real estate or became entrepreneurs because you were working a job and you didn't like the problems that that job gave you. You didn't like the leadership, you didn't like the hours, you didn't like the lack of flexibility, you didn't like the lack of being able to be creative at that job. So you became an entrepreneur, you became a real estate agent so that not only could you have the flexibility, but so that you can choose your problems. Because when you choose your problems, then you'll feel like actually solving them. Number 4, if you are outstanding at one particular job, you will always be in demand. So this book, Think and Grow Rich by Dennis Kimbro, the Black Choice, of course, comes from Napoleon Hill's classic Think and Grow Rich. And this book was actually started by Napoleon Hill because he wanted to write a book at the time that spoke to and inspired the Black community. And he died before releasing the book and kind of had a manuscript. And Dennis Kimbro was selected by the family to say, hey, check out this manuscript and look what he's written. And then, of course, add your own commentary. And one of the things that Think and Grow Rich talks about is being hyper-focused on a specific thing. There are some people who are fantastic listing agents. And you might say to yourself, well, you're only narrowing yourself to only listing homes, but that's their specialty. That's what people think about them. I know other agents that are just buying agents. I know other agents that specialize in foreclosures or short sales or new construction or military families or relocation. You may be dibbling and dabbling in many of these things. Me in particular, I like listings. I like listing homes. I just love that whole idea of just like selling something, right? Selling a product and teaming up with the seller of the home to really get the best bang for the buck and going through those negotiations. Doesn't mean that I don't have buyers. Of course I have buyers, but you want to specialize in something so that you can be outstanding. One of my mistakes, being a recording artist, and I owned a recording studio, I owned a disc duplication company, I built websites, I did all this stuff. And I was good at a lot of things and a master of nothing. I couldn't be outstanding in any one particular thing. I was very, very good. People liked the things that I did, but I knew my potential was greater to be outstanding. So be hyper focused on a specific thing. Be known for something. McDonald's is known for something. Cheap food, $1 burgers. Chick-fil-A is known for something. My pleasure. Great chicken sandwiches, Chick-fil-A sauce. Be specific. There are enough people out here. There are enough people in America, right? 300 million plus, that if you can focus on the 1% that will be attracted to the thing that you do, that'll be enough to set you up for a lifetime. Number 5, when a ship is sinking, what gets thrown overboard are those things that are not essential for survival. It is the same with a business or your job. As the market is shifting and we're not seeing these houses sell as fast as they were before, what are some things that you're doing that need to get thrown overboard, right? Because you go into survival mode. What do I need to do to survive? Well, there are certain behaviors, there are certain things you're doing every single day. There may be things part of your schedule that need to get thrown overboard so that you can be hyper focused. The one thing that I learned from those who are in personal development, and particularly the book, The One Thing, is that even in the things that you do every single day, you have to be hyper focused on those things. The reality is, when it comes to being a high achiever, there's really only 3 things that you can do every single day. Meaning 3 things that you can really put yourself into, right? 3 things that you can really do at a high quality outside of, showing somebody a house or, doing a net sheet for a seller. I'm talking about you're here and you say, okay, today, and this is how you should think every day when you wake up. What 3 things do I need to do today? I have a goal. I have a weekly goal, I have a monthly goal, I have a quarterly goal. What 3 things do I need to do today, Monday, to hit my weekly goal, right? Every single day you should be doing that. Everything else needs to get thrown overboard. Everything else needs to get shed. What are the 3 things I must accomplish today? I must. And you know what's going to happen? Life will happen, right? Your kid calls in sick. Your dog throws up. Pool's got to get clean. If you got a pool, right? Car breaks down. And I know for me, I'm so focused on my 3 things that when those things happen, they have to be taken care of. But I'm saying to myself, okay, I'm gonna take care of these things. I'm gonna be fully present when I take care of these things. But I need to make sure that my 3 things get taken care of. I promise you, if you have a to-do list, and I'm talking about your business to-do list, right? Because we all have business to-do lists and personal to-do lists. If your business to-do list has like 7, 8, 9 things, you're fooling yourself. You're not going to get any of that stuff completed. But you need to really focus on what 3 things do I need to do today in business to get those things accomplished. And then once you accomplish those things, you actually can feel a freedom to maybe move on to another business task, move on to a personal task that you got to get completed, whatever. But build confidence. Remember, make a promise and then keep that promise, and that builds confidence to actually do the extra thing or one more thing or go the extra mile. Number 6, all achievement begins in thought and it ends in work. I love the personal development field. I love it. I love the personal development, self-education, whatever you call it, personal growth. I love that field. I love the positivity of it. I love the ideas. I love hearing people's stories. I love listening to successful people talk about their brokenness and their struggles and the things that they're walking through. I love it. One of the dangers, though, of the personal growth field is that you can become an inspirational junkie. This is the house of motivation, right? Now, I called it the house of motivation because I'm a real estate agent that loves motivating and inspiring people. And secretly, I'm really like a personal growth coach. That's really what I am, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I do it in the forms of real estate entrepreneurship. But nevertheless, you can become an inspirational, motivational junkie. What does that mean? You get high, you get full of inspiration, but you never do the work. And achievement only starts with thought. It ends in work. If all you're doing is thinking about and listening and all this other type stuff, like filling yourself with just inspirational ideas, but you never do anything, you're living in delusion. Because there is a process, there is a work that needs to be done. Sometimes, for all my book readers out there, which should be everybody listening to this, sometimes I read a book and it's so impactful because I love reading books and I read book after book after book, and I probably read, 15, 20 books a year. But sometimes I gotta pause because I'm like, I need to put that into action. I have all these little notes in my notepad of ideas and thoughts that I've gotten from the book. But if I just go on to the next book, then those ideas and thoughts just become things that I wrote down, but not things that I'm working out. And you need to go from things that you're thinking about, things that you've written down, to actionable items. High achievers understand this. Thinking is important. Journaling is important. Spending time with yourself is important. Majorly important. Having quiet time, praying, meditating, those things are so important. But then once you get up, it's time to put it into action. And the last, number 7, either you read or you fail. Point blank, period. I was having a discussion with my wife and, she was talking about some personal growth things that she's going through, just talking about the difficulty of it. And I said to her, it's easy to be lazy. It's easy to just allow whatever emotion or whatever thing that you feel just to control you, just to be angry, just to be self-loathing, just to be like, it's easy to fall into that, right? To be in your own world, not to be a kind person. That's easy, right? Because that's the selfish part of us. That's the selfish nature of us. It's hard to be a good person. It's hard to be a kind person. It's hard to be somebody that wants equality for all. It's hard to be somebody that just wants to be a kind person at the grocery store, just wants to give a good word to somebody. But in order to be that person that's growing, to be that type of person, you have to read. Audible is my jam. Okay, it is my jam. I can listen to books everywhere. I know some of y'all that don't like Audible because you fall asleep or whatever, but you're gonna have to pick your poison. Either you're gonna buy a book and read it in hand, either you're gonna do some kind of Kindle, digital book, or you're gonna do Audible. But if you don't read, you are failing. You are failing. There are so many people in this world that have so many experiences and are doing so many wonderful things and have so many wonderful thoughts. You really believe that your thoughts and your ideas are going to take you to the next level? Everybody that I've seen, everybody that I've read, everybody that I've heard, they basically are a conglomerate of all the ideas and books and podcasts and TED Talks that they've heard. They've taken all those things and combined them together with their personality, and that allowed them to break through their own glass ceiling. Because you have a glass ceiling. You can only take yourself so high. But consider book reading as mentorship from afar. There are so many people that have written books and done podcasts that are mentoring me, and they will never, ever meet me. Maybe one day I'll get to meet them. I don't know. But they help me get over myself. They help me break past my limiting thoughts. They help me shatter the glass ceiling that I put on me. And my glass ceiling may be very high, but they help me to go even higher. So please, I implore you, read. Hey guys, if you enjoy my channel, please just take a quick second, literally a second, and just hit the subscribe button. If you're watching and you're not subscribed, why not? It's free. Won't cost you a thing. Hit the subscribe button, and if you want notifications, go ahead and karate chop that bell. I love you guys. I believe in you guys. This is the House of Motivation, place where inspiration lives.